adventures. Glad you could join us today. It's beautiful outside. It's Easter Sunday.
And today
Happy Easter.
And today we are going to talk about being a tweener.
Or not. Because I think I am a full-time house occupier and a vacationer. Lucy likes the word tweener because you spend time between your home and your RV, living in either or at different times.
Being a tweener means sometimes you're in your house, sometimes you're in your RV.
And when I'm in my RV, well, we're in it today, but normally when I feel like we're traveling in the RV, we are out on vacation. We are out to do something. We have a plan of action. We're going to see something. We're going to visit something or someone. And we go by RV. That way we don't have to sleep on other people's dirt and hotels.
So the advantages and disadvantages to being a tweener is, a disadvantage would be you have the expenses of both home and RV. You have the maintenance of both home and RV. The advantages are we have a home base and we have
the ability to get on the road and do what we want to do when we want to do it. If you're going to plan a good trip, you're going to have a place to stay where, because we have an RV, we don't have to stay in somebody else's building. We can boondock. Mm-hmm. We can stay in a parking lot that will allow it. Or we could stay in a campsite. Uh-huh. We could stay at a national park. We can stay on BLM land. We have our choices. We have all these options when we're on the road on how we're going to camp overnight.
Full-timers also have those options.
They certainly do.
But what they don't have is necessarily a home base. And it's very nice, especially for Brian, since he's more of a homebody than I am, to be able to have a home base to come home to when you are tired of being on the road.
And the RV can only hold so much stuff, and you can't bring your chop saw, you can't bring your tools. You can't drag
the larger tools.
Yeah, unless you're pulling a trailer, and I don't want to pull a trailer.
Well, that's the whole reason we got a small RV, is so that we wouldn't have to pull anything.
Right.
But yeah, so the advantages to being a tweener or a sometimer or a vacationer, I wouldn't call us a weekend warrior, because usually when we go out on the road, we're out for 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks at a time. So I would say, for me, having the opportunity to be out that long, for you to be able to come home when we've been out that long.
And when we're out, we don't have any time constraints. If we want to spend an extra day at RV'er recreational area, we can do that. If we want to spend an extra day with the kids, we can do that. We don't have constraints for timeline, and that's a great thing.
That's for somebody, we wouldn't have the same complaints as somebody who was only a homebody, who had to make reservations in a hotel or cabin or yurt or whatever. We don't have to make the reservations.
Right.
And this is a good compromise, because I would like to be out on the road a lot more than Brian. Brian would like to be home a lot more than being on the road. So being a tweener gives us the compromise together to where we have the opportunity to be both at home and on the road.
Because if you're in an RV full time, you are a homebody in your RV.
True.
But I like the idea of having the stability where I have a place that has water, has electricity. I don't have to hunt for it. I'm not going to have to prepare for it, because it's already here. It's here every day. It's not something I don't have to go dump my toilet. I don't have to go fill up on water. I don't have to worry about electricity and the consumption of electricity. I can use pretty much all I want. And part of that is the fact that we do have some solar here at the house, even though it's not connected to the house, but it's available for use. So
And me, on the other hand, I don't mind looking for water. I don't mind having to dump our tanks. I don't mind not knowing what's going to happen that day or the next day and just run on a serendipitous timeline. That's totally something I like to do. So
She likes to be a refugee. She's an outlaw. Yeah, I'm more of the homebody type. I like to have the stability, the grounding, the rock.
So
under
I
my
guess
feet.
I was starting this video with being a tweener, but I have a feeling it's more like how to compromise.
Yeah, I think and like compromise is good. Compromise is the key to any successful partnership.
Yeah.
Not having it your way the whole time, even though I'm right. But
Oh, he thinks
and,
he's right.
and if she's
Okay,
doing
I'll
if
let
she's
him
doing
think that.
edit
I'll let him
if
think
she's
that.
doing cuts in the editing for this conversation because it is getting drawn out. My head was over here, my head was over here. So this way you'll know when she's making the different cuts in the editing.
So, have you had to make compromises being on the road? Have you had to make compromises in your relationship for being on the road? Have you had to make compromises for being a full-time RV'er or being a homebody? Let us know in the comments below. We would love to hear from you. And of course, smash that like button. And we will see you in the next video. Hats off to you.
Thanks for dropping by. We'll see you soon.
Bye now.
Bye. Snap our hands. End audio.
Hey, boo-boo.
God.
I think Boo's gonna be our new mascot. What do you think?
I was in the middle of something.
You were in the middle of two.
I'm just talking here. I'm just talking. Me and Boo. Protecting you. And we're with Nellie RV Adventures. I love that name. That's a great name.